Hello and welcome to the March edition of Turf Moor. This month we're at St George's Park for the start of England's Euro 2020 qualifiers. Here's what else is coming up. We speak to Tom Heaton and James Tarkowski following their England call-ups. Club photographer Andy Ford takes us through his 5 favourite photos. Esports takes over Turf Moor, the first ever ePremierLeague club playoff. And Chris Wood reveals his football hero. There's only one place to start, and that's here at the England training camp. I've been speaking to Tom Heaton upon his international return. Well, Skip, what's it like to be back?
Yeah, obviously great to be back here. Really pleased when I got the call. So yeah, enjoying it so far.
There's a lot of water gone under the bridge, a World Cup gone under the bridge, and you had a little taste of that, but unfinished business with England, I presume? Yeah,
I think so. It was obviously a difficult spell. The injury obviously kept me out for a long time, and then not playing, so it sort of, yeah, it was tough in its moments, but never lost sight of the ambition to sort of get back involved in it, and delighted to be here now.
I think you said to us at the time when you were injured, the World Cup was a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. You didn't quite get there, but you got back into the frame, and that must have been nice.
Yeah, that's right. I think at the time, having not played much football, I think to get the call to go and be involved for a couple of weeks was a big lift actually. Very appreciative of that. Enjoyed it. Again, gave me a little taste of what it was like. So it, again, adds to the motivation to get back and give it another blast, which thankfully I've done.
You had a fight on your hands again at the start of this season, though. Did it ever feel quite a long way away that you'd be sort of back in the England setup?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it can do, especially when you're not playing. It can be frustrating. Obviously, you try and put the work in day out, get that right, and see where it takes you, and you're ready for the next opportunity. Thankfully, that came, and yeah, delighted to be back playing and back in the shirt. And as I say, really pleased to be back involved in the squad here.
I know you're always a positive person, but getting back for Burnley first was the key, and obviously that happened, and you had a great run getting back into the side. That must have, presumably, I know Gareth Southgate watches a lot of Burnley, knows you inside out, but that wouldn't have done you any harm.
No, that's right. I think it's obviously probably key to it, really. I think getting back in and playing, putting the performances, are obviously a vital part of that. And that doesn't change. You know, I came back in the team, we had a good run. We found it a touch difficult in the last 4 games. Obviously, not had the results. So yeah, I think the next thing will be when we get back there is looking to Saturday's game at Wolves and making sure we do everything we can to go and get a result.
In terms of England, things change quickly. Jordan Pickford has come in and done very well. You've got a different competition now for the shirt, but you're as determined as ever to fight for that shirt and add to your caps. That's right.
That's certainly the motivation. I think I've said many times that the time out certainly whets the appetite for getting back, makes you hungry for it. That's certainly the case with me, and yeah, being back here spurs you on really to get back in that shirt. Obviously, having 3 caps so far, I want to make sure I add to that.
You're in at the start. It's the start of another qualifying campaign. The Euros, the final is actually at Wembley. It's a funny tournament, it's across Europe, but I mean, there's great incentive to be in England, and as you rightly say, there's a little cup to play for in the summer, so a good time to be back in.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's exactly right. I think you know, the important thing is now is the qualifying campaign. That's what's right in front of us. Beyond that, there's obviously the Nations League finals, and then more of the qualifying. So I think it's important that they focus on what's right in front of them. As I say, it's exciting times at the moment. You can see the talent and the ability coming through. A lot of potential in the team. So yeah, it's great to be part of that. I'm enjoying being out there at the moment. Yeah,
you play against it week in, week out, but you're back on the training ground, very close up with the new young talent that's there, and people like Harry Kane have been around a little bit longer. Are you excited by what you see in the squad?
Yeah, I am actually. You know, you see a couple of young lads on the sort of first or certainly early trips, and the ability and quality of the show is outstanding, really. You know, it was a great day for Dwight today. Obviously called up to in the 20s, but he trained with the seniors today and was superb. You know, shifting the ball, finishing. He was excellent. I think a lot of the lads were impressed with him today. So it's another good day for him. Again, I'd probably put him in that youngsters where, you know, the sky's the limit really for them.
Just lastly on England, Tom, getting the call up, getting back in the Burnley team, has that sort of given you not a new lease of life, but you know, for the next phase of your career almost? Is that?
Yeah, I hope so. I think that was certainly something that was evident to me in the time out, just how much I want it, what I want to do, and what I still feel like I've got left to give. You know, I feel like I'm playing with a sort of new sense of appreciation, new sense of freedom, really, having got back to it, and I'm enjoying that. You know, I've said many times before, football doesn't give you any guarantees, fitness-wise, form-wise. you can only do everything you can do, and whatever that is, I'm going to enjoy it, and I think I've probably benefited from that so far.
And lastly, we'll just touch on Burnley. Is the break coming at a good time? Perhaps yourself, internationals, can have a little bit of a change of scene. The lads have been at work, they'll get a few days off. It's very much in your own hands. Wolves next. Important, just everybody pulls together and just to achieve what we need and want to do by staying in the Premier League.
That's right. I think it's been a tough little run. We obviously haven't got the results that we wanted. In times we've shown the performances, but I think you're right. I think it's the focus will be making sure that togetherness stays together. We unify everything we're doing and go and give everything we've got, and try and produce some moments of quality and put the performances in. I think if we do that over the next 7 games, the results will come. It's about trusting that, not getting distracted by the sort of league positions and the teams around us. You know, the situation we're in, it's not going to be easy. But I think it's important that we meet it head on. We've said that many times before, and I think we need to embrace that challenge. And yeah, that'll be the case for the Wolves game. Starting with the Wolves game, you know, go all out to win that. Whatever happens, I think it's important we park it and then go for the next one and do that all the way through. I think if we do that, you know, we'll stand ourselves a great chance of shooting up the table.
Earlier this season, the Premier League announced details of its first ever ePremierLeague competition. FIFA 19 players have been battling it out to represent their club at the final in March. Find out what happened in the Burnley playoff at Turf Moor.
And welcome to the inaugural ePremierLeague club playoff. We have gamers here from Burnley representing the club who've been here all afternoon playing the game with a chance to represent Burnley in the finals in London later this month.
Yeah, I mean, esports is becoming huge and it's definitely more commercialised with the big hitters like the Premier League coming in, building the awareness, engaging with the FIFA community and providing a different opportunity to engage with club fans as well.
And as you can see, the players are ready for the semi-finals, which start imminently. So without further ado, let me hand you over to our commentator tonight, Dan and Vizzy, to take you through the semi-finals.
Thank you very much, Daz. And as I said, welcome to the Burnley Football Club ePremier League event live here from Turf Moor.
Chance here for Sheik, and it's 2-0. And that is an incredible start for Sheik there, right there.
As we're going towards the last minute or so, there's an early ball in.
And
that's a great finish. It's in the 49th minute. Oh, it's a great save. And a rebound. Oh, it's a great finish.
3-0. That should be the end of this.
3-0. It's 3-2 in this game.
Talk me through your semi-final. Tough?
Very tough. It was a really tough opponent, really intense, both legs.
I had a very tough game in Robbie, you know. Took me 0-0 in the first game, and then second game, luckily enough, got 3 goals and then won it.
And hopes for the final, presumably that you're walking away tonight representing the club in London.
Well, I mean, I never would have thought so, but fingers crossed. I mean, got this far, so who knows?
On the Xbox side, we've got Bullock, first seed, plays against Brad Colston, second seed. It's going to be a good match.
Brad's beat Bullock, Bullock's beat Brad, and it could go either way.
In the 92nd minute.
In the first leg.
And Bullock stands up to celebrate. It is 1-0 to Bullock.
You see Bullock there, he's drying his controller. You do get the sweat, so you do get nervous, and that's a normal thing.
Oh, no, the header goes in.
Just like the last game, Aubameyang coming up clutch with a header, and it's now 1-1 on aggregate. You can see the passion through Brad right there, and this is what it means.
Picking up the ball, puts that ball in the middle.
He's in space! And it's a goal!
And that's a great header.
Aubameyang with a shot, and it's in the back of the net!
Seemed to get quite intense over there.
Yeah, there's a bit of rivalry between us, but you know, the winner is me, so you just gotta take it, ain't you?
We've got Sheikh, plays Harley. 12 versus 6, it could be anyone's.
Harley is in the claret and blue. He's shooting left to right on the ball now. And the top corner, that is a goal for Harley. Takes the lead. Oh, it's a great first time finish there. Oh, and De Bruyne to Rashford.
3-1.
Finish! What a goal that is.
A shot, and he goes into the back of the net,
what
and
a
Harley
finish.
is back in this final. 3-2. Good ball.
It's in the money.
And it's
and he scores. How many times have we seen a late goal in this tournament?
So long.
And he's
Sheikh
through.
with another chance,
And he's
that
put it
is surely
underneath De
game
Gea.
over. 6-2 like down to Sheikh. Sheikh is joining Brad Colston as the official winners of the Burnley ePremier League.
Congratulations to Sheikh and, as you mentioned, Brad Colston.
Firstly, got to thank God for this. Without Allah, none of this is possible. He decided already before the game I was going to win, so nothing phases me. Win, lose, it's all decided beforehand.
With us is Ned Bartholomew from the Premier League, and Ned is going to present the awards. All that remains to say is thank you for joining us at Turf Moor this evening. You'll be able to see Brad and Sheikh at the Gfinity Arena in London on the 28th and 29th of March, when they will represent Burnley in the grand final of the ePremier League.
Burnley FC and the community hosted their annual charity dinner last week, handing out several special recognition awards. Let's look at one of those inspiring stories.
Peter and Carol across the road. We got to a Residents Association meeting, and we'd been to this meeting after my husband had died. And when we were walking back, Carol just said, if and when you're ready, if you want to come down to extra time, we go down on a Wednesday. Be at ND Drive at 10:15, we'll pick you up and you can come down with us. So that's what I did.
Extra Time is our weekly over-50s social session. So we run for 50 weeks of the year. It's at Turf Moor, 10 till 12 every Wednesday.
I didn't go the day after, I went the week after. Gave me a chance to sort of build myself up to it. Went down there, had a cup of tea, met some nice people, had games of dominoes, sat and chatted, and that were nice. And then as I got more used to going, I play carpet bowls, I play Jenga. When you're in a house on your own, you've nobody to talk to. There, you can sit, you can talk, everybody's friendly, and they made you feel welcome, so that made you want to go back again.
The people are very friendly, the staff are very friendly. It just gets people out, doesn't it? I mean, people like Barbara, I think had she not started to come to Extra Time, she probably would have been stuck in the house, and it's just wrong, that, isn't it, for people to be isolated.
People can come and do their own thing. We sort of refer to it when we're telling people about it being a geriatric youth club.
Yeah.
But she just came and she's really enjoyed it and embraced everything that's been offered to her, really.
Yeah. Having spoken to Barbara and seen her, I think it has changed her life. When she did lose her husband, that's when she started coming to our sessions, and I think it really it's helped fill a bit of space in her life, really, by bringing her together with people. Pete and Carol have really helped her get on board, and it's given her almost like a new family at Turf Moor. She had no interest in football previously, but now she's coming down to the games. She's coming down to Turf Moor every week, and she's involved, and she's part of being at the club.
Well, I think it's helped me overcome the loss of my husband, and the fact that there are people there that's in the same boat as me, and everybody's ready to talk to you and listen. I think it's helped me come to terms with the fact that you come home and you're on your own, but you know that if you want to, you can make arrangements outside the club to meet up and do other things. I mean, if it's only going into centre for a drink, cup of coffee or a cup of tea, something like that. I don't think there's anybody there that isn't nice and warm and welcoming.
And you can see more of those fantastic stories on the Community Department's social media channels and website. Back at St George's Park, James Tarkowski is hoping to win his 3rd England cap after a 4th call-up to the senior squad. I sat down with him after training to discuss how it's going.
I think all lads will tell you that when you're at your clubs, it's the most important thing. You try not to focus on the international stuff too much. Obviously, when you're here, it's a great opportunity. But for me, my club football is always going to be the most important thing initially, whilst I'm there. And I want to give it all for my club. And I think, as you say, when the results don't go your way, it is tough, and it can take a bit of beating down on your confidence. But you've just got to crack on. Plenty more games to go for us, and plenty more points to play for. I think we've shown already once this season. We went through a very tough patch, and we come out the other side of it with undefeated in 8 and some massive results in there. So we've shown we can do it once. So this little short spell we've had of tough results, which isn't easy. I will be the first to admit that it's not good enough that, like, picking up no points in the last 4 games. But we're looking to turn it around more than as much as anyone else. Yeah, I think so. Sort of clear the minds kind of thing, and then go back and everyone's feel a bit more refreshed mentally. I think physically everyone's feeling good. I think maybe just mentally it can take your toll on you a little bit. The game seems to come so freaking fast. So maybe that little break in between now where we can sort of refresh, all turn back up for training next week and look forward to the game on Saturday. It's been good. I've loved every minute when I come here. I really do. I enjoy it. It's a great atmosphere to be around. A great group of people, players and staff-wise, and I just fully enjoy my time here on the pitch and off it. Training's always competitive, and also people are trying to show what they can do to get the spot in the team. I love being out on the training pitch. It's my favourite part of football, being out on that training pitch and enjoying my football. And when I come here, I just look to sort of impress and show my capabilities and my talent, and also just to be a part of a team which has got a lot of positive praise recently, and hopefully that continues. Yeah, Dwight, I turned up for breakfast this morning and seeing Dwight getting his breakfast. He did terrific. For someone of his age to come with the senior England team, it's not easy at all. And the way he trained and the quality he showed in there, it's terrific for him. A lot of great opportunity, and I think he deserved it, to be fair. He's had a great few months for himself. He's been pushing not just people in the position along, the whole team he's been dragging along with him. And hopefully that continues for him. He deserves it. He's putting the work in and he's turning up on the weekend and doing his job. Yeah, it's every boy's dream, I'd say, to go and play for your country in the national stadium, and then even in like a qualification game. It's what I've grew up watching over the years and something which I'd look forward to. If selected, but even if I'm not selected, I'll still be there supporting my team and my country, because it's something that I'm very proud of being English. So I look forward to the games. Yeah, no, he's got back in recently. I think he's playing a bit wider for them. I think he's playing out wide, but Vince has got great quality. It's not been the easiest place for him for us. He's not got probably as many minutes as he wanted to, but the lads who see him day in, day out know his quality, his movement, and if he gets a chance, he'll finish. The 2 tough games, the manager showed us a little insight into both the teams this morning, just a little sort of brief overview of both of them and sort of the stadium and the kind of shape of the teams, so we know it's not going to be easy. Yeah, of course. I'm very proud of the 2 caps I've picked up so far. I've also wanting to add to that collection, so I look forward to it. I think something we've always prided ourselves on is how together we are as a group, and that's not just the people out there. I think that's always been the supporters, the staff around the building. We've always felt together as one, and it's something that stands in good stead going forward, hopefully, because it's something which the lads, we don't want to let ourselves down, we don't want to let the people down, and recently obviously results aren't going our way, but there's still games left and it's still in our hands. course, yeah. Obviously, the success of last year was massive. But I still think it'd be a great achievement if we could just stay in this league this year, get the points on board. It's not been an easy season, and teams go through spells like this. But there's no group working harder to put in the performances and pick up the results that we need.
With no fixtures planned for New Zealand during the current international break, we asked Claret's Kiwi Chris Wood, who's your footballing hero?
Goal here would be interesting. Swings it into the danger area.
Narrowing down to one name's it's very difficult. Alan Shearer was a big idol of mine growing up, and that's what I look up to, trying to be the complete striker. He done the easy stuff very easy, which made it look easy, which I know for a fact is definitely not. You have to be in the right position, know where to be, but also he knew how to pull one out of the bag and put one in the top corner. I just remember as a kid, as a 7, 8 year old, and the volley that he done at St James's Park. It started from there, and I just like how he scores loads of goals. It's what I wanted to do as a kid when I was growing up, just score goals. And who's better than that than Alan Shearer, the record holder? To try and play like him is what I wanted to achieve in my career. Although hitting his heights is very tough, but I'd like to think I'm doing all right. It's a good going, very, very good effort. I do think Harry Kane might get there. He's definitely on the right track for it. As long as he stays in the Premiership, I think he'll get there. But nonetheless, if Harry Kane does get there, who's great having 2 national heroes like that. Finding that love for the game was felt on my dad playing football. He just played in New Zealand, kind of like a Sunday league thing, just club football. And I used to just go along watching trainings at 2, 3 years old, watching his games, and just fell in love with the game through that side of it. And that's how I grew to love the game and play football from the age of 4, and just carried on since then. No, always a striker. Dabbled in goal for a bit when I was about 12, 13, but no, striker was always my calling. Football and cricket was major growing up. Played both because you played winter and summer with the different sports. Played rugby a bit through school at the same time as playing football. But once you get to a certain age, you had to kind of choose, and football was always at the main front. Club teams are more prominent out in New Zealand. They're better quality than school level and things like that. So you go into club level quite early on. Just training a couple of times a week, 3 times a week, and then playing on the weekend, and just carried on from there from the age of 4 or 5 up until 16 when I left. Not really one memory. I had a great season at playing for in the senior men's competition, and I'd scored a lot of goals, and got noticed as a 15-year-old player and being top of the charts in the goal scoring stats in that season. So that probably sticks out. Well, I was very, very lucky. My coach back in New Zealand, that was at Hamilton Wanderers. At the time, he was an Englishman, Roger Wilkinson, and he had a contact at West Brom, Dan Ashworth, and he knew him quite well, and they had a relationship, a rapport. And he spoke to Dan and said, "Look, I think you should give this guy a trial." And I went from there. I had a 2-week trial, and at the end of it, they offered me a scholarship. It was quite lucky, the right person, the right time, and having that relationship with my coach Roger at the time to have him actually say to a scout over in England or at West Brom, who was head of academy at the time, saying give this guy a trial, and luckily it all worked out. Look, it's all about not giving up. There's always going to be hard times and hard obstacles, but just keep fighting, keep working hard on your game, and one day it will come to the fold. It doesn't matter if you're 15 and getting scouted or getting looked at, or if you're 22, 27 or 28. Lads can get picked up and play in the top league. Even when they're at 26, 27, they get found. And prime example is Jamie Vardy. So they just need to follow that instance and never give up on their dreams if it is their main dream.
They say a picture paints 1,000 words, and that's what the photos of club photographer Andy Ford have been doing for the past 15 years. Darren Bentley caught up with the Claret snapper to pick out some of his favourites.
So here we are with Andy. We tasked Andy with finding his top 5 pictures of his time following the Clarets, which is no mean task because you must have taken thousands over the years on your travels.
Thousands in the game.
And you whittled it down to these 5. Let's start with number 5, which actually isn't one picture, it's a set of pictures.
It's a set of pictures.
And those are the team shots ahead of the European ties. Why do you choose these?
Well, they're just a one-off. They'll never be taken again, you know. Well, you would hope they would be taken again, but in my lifetime as a Burnley fan, we've never seen ourselves in Europe before.
How did you enjoy European trips?
It was fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant. It was a great experience. And being on pitch side is, you know, you get the real atmosphere of the ground where you're at. So it was brilliant.
It struck me we had 3 completely different European games away from Turf Moor, that is. We had Aberdeen, which was like an FA Cup tie. We had Istanbul, which was like behind closed doors almost. And then Olympiacos, which was a proper European night.
That was probably the best one that I've ever experienced. Is to sort of the ultras at the other side and giving everyone stick. They gave me and Al the cameraman a load of stick at the back. It's fantastic.
Let's move to number 4, which by recollection would be after the Wigan game, which earned us promotion here at Turf Moor. And you don't get many shots where you have so many faces.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The atmosphere was brilliant. In fact, I was doing the headcam thing as well with so everyone was playing.
You had a GoPro on your head, didn't you, just to capture the footage for the celebrations.
And just to get this shot, it was just great because I think it would have been the same at the Leyton Orient game, but I wasn't around then.
But you were born.
I was born. Yeah, but
let's not curse
but this one is just another one-off. The crowd invasion on the pitch, and it's just packed to the rafters.
Well, strangely, you've got so many people on the pitch, and yet the stands are all crammed full as well. So it is weird.
Came from behind, and
there is a picture of the Orient game that's very similar to that, isn't it, with all the fans on the pitch? Number 3, which a lot of fans still talk about to this day.
This is my favourite goal celebration shot. This is Michael Keane was at Brighton, and he just had a goal disallowed, and we got another corner, and he scored I think it was a header.
Yeah,
bullet header, right in the corner. And luckily, it's what you really need when you're doing sports photography is that at least the action comes towards you, and that's what he did, and just got this great emotional shot with obviously Vokesy and Ben.
Number 2 in your list is just quite an intimate shot, really. Kieran Trippier and a really emotional looking Tom Heaton. Again, I think this was after the Wigan game when we were in promotion.
It was just obviously just after the final whistle, and obviously the great emotion of what they just achieved. And I got this moment because I was just going around trying to get as many players as I could, and then I just saw Trips and Tom then, and it's the first time I've seen Tom cry.
Oh really?
So yeah. So
is that the reason for the pick? Really, is that the reason for the choice?
Yeah, it's just a great emotional. It's that we've made it, they've done it, you know, and the great togetherness that they've got there. So just one of my real favourite pictures.
He was a great lad, Trips.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was a great lad, just went out for us. And that brings us to number 1. Your favourite picture of all that you've taken, and it is one that has stood the test of time. I mean, this appeared across the world. It almost went viral when it happened.
It did go viral, I think.
Tell me a little bit about the shot itself and how it came about.
Well, it was
Ipswich at home at the end of the 2013 season.
A lot of the players did a little lap of honour sort of thing, and I saw Danny take off his boots. I thought he's going to do something with these, and he was at my side of the pitch. So, and he made his way over to the young lad Joe, and he gave him his boots and just kissed him on his head. And I think that just getting that moment when he just get that contact between his head and Danny, it was just I just knew that I had it then.
Well, he's a grown lad now, isn't he?
He's a big lad now, and he still comes to all the games. So, yeah, it'd be one that'll be just around for a long time.
A worthy number 1 picture, that. Yeah. Fantastic picture, Andy. So you've done thousands of pictures for you. You've been with us now for
15 years.
15 years or so?
15
15 years
like
doing
that,
this. What's been your favourite season following the Clarets?
I think the first promotion season under Sean Dash.
Okay.
I thought we played some fantastic football.
And it was unexpected.
Great. It was unexpected. Great emotion. We were winning.
Yeah.
We were winning, and it was probably the best. It was great.
And have you had a worst day, experience, season?
No, because
Really?
I enjoy every minute of it.
And we enjoy having you for it. We enjoy having you.
Thanks
for joining us, Andy. It's been
Cheers.
fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it for this month's show as we head into the Clarets' final 7 games of the season, where there are sure to be some big moments and important goals.
Into the box, Andre Gray. Finishing Andre Gray. Yes! He's touched on for Marnie, that's nice. There's Barnes in the middle looking for him. 1-0 Burnley. Ashley Barnes!